If I lived in regret, that would just slow me down. I won't let my heart be silent. When I'm ready, you will know, 'cause my heart's gonna open and sing. My heart's gonna open and sing. This is my vision and this is my dream. I'm gonna make it happen for me. I won't let my heart be silent. When I'm ready, you will know, 'cause my heart's gonna open and sing. My heart's gonna open and sing. It's the perfect thing, I must confess. I don't care about the rest. I'm gonna just say yes. I'm gonna open and sing. No one could tell me how or where to go. I looked inside and now I know. My heart's gonna open and sing. My heart's gonna open and
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love.
the face of love.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of love.
You are the face of
You are the face of love.
I hold you in my
I hold you in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
I hold you in my
I hold
heart.
you in my heart.
You are a part of me.
A part of me.
You are the face of
You
God.
are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You are
of
the
God.
face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
God. You are the face
Tu
of
ruh
God.
est خدایی.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face of
Eres la luz de Dios.
You are the face of
Good morning, everyone. This is Max. Good morning. Greetings. So grateful that we're all gathered here, except for the ones watching online, here at Interprod in Eagleville, California. This is the Greater Philadelphia. I've done that. I've done that a few times, haven't I? I don't think there is one there, but maybe it doesn't matter because we're in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, and this is a great place to be. We welcome you from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living in Eagleville, Pennsylvania, on this beautiful Sunday morning. We're so close to autumn now. Those of you who were tuned in, and those of you right here, wasn't that a wonderful beginning with the face of God? What a beautiful video, and those faces were so beautiful. And as a matter of fact, so are the ones that I'm looking at right now. You are beautiful, you are loved, you are welcome. Everyone, no matter where you are in the world, and no matter where you may be on your spiritual path, we're very, very grateful you've chosen to be with us this morning, one way or another, because we are a spiritual community that has no bounds. It's very much like Meister Eckhart said about God. You know, God is a circle whose circumference is nowhere and whose center is everywhere. It's wonderful to remember that each of us lives and dwells and has our being in the very heart of God, and that wherever we are living this divine life to the extent that we remember to be awake and aware and open to it. So thank you for being here today. Our center is one where we are a spiritual community, a beloved community, whether here or on the air or on our classes, which are usually on Zoom. It's very lovely to be with you, whether we're being Hollywood Squares or whether we are being very much in person, because it's lovely to be able to touch and hug each other and see our eyes in person. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with us today, and everybody out there. So here we do teach after first learning, because we're always in the process of our spiritual evolutionary process of remembering and discovering the authentic self, who we truly are, and who each other truly is. And so as we learn the principles of science of mind, as taught by Ernest Holmes, our founder, and as we teach them and live them in our community, lives are healed, people are expanded in consciousness, and we find that the aliveness of spirit is a reality in our own lives, in the lives of our community, and reaching out into the world itself. And we are part of a greater organization. I don't know that an organization could be any greater than this, but it's a larger organization. It is the Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide. And they have been wonderful. We have been wonderful. We're a part of them and always have been, one way or another, that we've developed some wonderful visionary and mission statements. And one of the things that we are very much about in our community, in our greater worldwide community, is that we are here for the main purpose of awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. What a beautiful intention. What a great goal. And it is one that is possible to realize as we continue to focus on it day by day. So we also, as we're living and teaching these wonderful principles, we realize that it isn't just for us personally, our own families, our own neighbors, co-workers, etc., but it's for the greater world itself. Because we do have an important mission, all of us, and that is, we realize there is an intelligent creative process in this universe, and that it's ours to use as well, and that we are indeed co-creators. And so our beautiful intention is in co-creating a world that works for everyone, a world that works for all. And we are grateful to be able to be in the process of doing our part, individually and collectively, to lift the consciousness in this world. Remember when Ernest Holmes was asked many, many years ago, well, what's this religious science supposed to do for the world anyway? What's the purpose of it? And he used one of Jung's favorite phrases, the collective unconscious. He said, it is simply to lift the collective unconscious. There's a lot of that out there, isn't there? And in here as well. So we're doing our part to raise the consciousness. And we have a wonderful statement, a purpose statement that we have here in this very center. And would you like to say it with me? Living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. And now I'm going to welcome Reverend Mike to come up so he can lead us in the Declaration of Principles, which you found in your seats or near them. And does everyone have one close? If you would, please.
Thank you,
Reverend
Dr.
Mike.
Maxine. Hello, everybody. This is such a joy to be here today. Okay, here we go. We believe together, we believe in God, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation, but the manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of God's nature. We believe in the incarnation of the Spirit in all people. We believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. We believe that heaven is within us and that we experience this kingdom to the degree. We believe in the healing to become complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, sure to be attained by every person. We believe in the unity of all life. The highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth. We believe in the universal spirit, God, operates through a universal mind, the law of God. We are surrounded by the creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thoughts and acts upon it. We believe in the healing of the sick and the control of conditions through the power of this mind. We believe in the conscious loving kindness and the to all. We believe in the own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that life of each one is God. Thank you.
Thank you. Interestingly, that's a little different version from the original, and we'll make sure you have the original next time. It's pretty though, isn't it? Okay, so now we're going to have the opening song, and I invite you to sing along with our music team. This is the music of Eddie Watkins Jr. We come together and hit it, music team.
Take a look at the person next to you. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
In the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together in
In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Now look at the person next to you. Say, God loves me and I love you too. God loves me and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I love you too. Namaste, I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love.
All right, that's a great way to start. Thank you. Okay, kids, speaking to you wherever you may be. Well, this is the second day of our Jewish friends' celebration, Rosh Hashanah. So this is what you say to your Jewish friends, or to anybody, but let them know what it means. Lashana Tova. Say it with me. Lashana Tova. That's really basically wishing each other a Happy New Year. Happy New Year in September. Well, for our Jewish friends, yes, they have a different calendar, and it's a lot older than ours. So we love to celebrate with them because, have you noticed? I mean, it's crispy, it's beautiful, and out there the air is clear and sweet, and it's very, very close to the beginning of our new season, which is autumn. So there's newness, feeling of newness in the air. You've been back to school. Yay! See how happy you are about that? Yeah. And so there's a lot of new things happening. You have new classes. You've probably been meeting new friends. You've got some new teachers. It's all about newness. And see, your parents and some of your grandparents are getting ready to go back to school too, because we have new classes that we teach here in our center that begin toward the end of September. So it's all about newness. It's all about wishing each other a new year, a sweet new year. And then there's a few days after Rosh Hashanah before they begin the more solemn part of their holiday, because these are called the High Holy Days, the most important, significant holidays in the Jewish tradition. And so Yom Kippur will begin in a few days. And that's about atonement, forgiveness. So we want to make sure that we're on an even keel with each other and with ourselves, so that if there's anything that we need to own up to, that we do it and forgive ourselves and forgive other people. Have you ever needed to forgive yourself for anything? Have you ever found that you did something that you knew you really weren't supposed to do, but you did it anyway? And then you had to do whatever you needed to do to make up for it. I can remember, I'm going to tell one on myself. I was probably about 7, and I was in grammar school in Los Angeles. And it was a little challenging in those days. I mean, we always had enough to eat. We always had clean clothes and all that, but we were not really experiencing prosperity in those days. And there were things that, there are things that little girls and little boys would like to have if they don't have them. Well, no, I didn't shoplift. Never did that. Close. In our school, see, I was maybe 7. There was a lost and found. And when I learned that there was a lost and found, I said, I want to go to the lost and found. I think I lost something. So I went there and I saw all these things. And there was a little green purse with a zipper on the top and stars on the outside of it. So I said to my teacher, I found the purse I lost. It wasn't my purse. I felt so guilty about it because I was like goody one-shoes, at least. And I always followed the rules, and I would never do anything like that. And the guilt got to me, and maybe it was a day after I had done this that I took it back. And I said, I'm sorry, I really made a mistake. This isn't mine. It belongs to some other little girl, and put it back. Have you ever done anything like that? Don't tell me about it unless you really want to. We could have some giggles, But you see, we sometimes need to make up for whatever we have done. And sometimes that means apologizing to another person. And that's not a bad thing to do. It opens up our hearts. And it allows us to feel God's life moving through us more easily, more gracefully, more constantly. If I have said or done something I wish I had not said or done, I want to change things, don't you? I want to bring some newness into my world and into my relationships, and I know you do too. So this is the new year. We're feeling more life, and more life is God's life expressing itself by means of you, by means of me, by means of every sentient being. So say it with me again. La Shana Tava. La Shana Tava. That's it. Good. Enjoy yourselves today. Let's see you in person next time, because next week we're going to be at the park. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we want to see you there. It's a great place for playgrounds, too. So we'll see you soon. All right, bye. I say goodbye. You can go now. Bye. Okay. I think we have some announcements coming up, and I know who's going to give them today, and it's Suzanne Smethers.
Hello. I am Suzanne Smethers, and I'm happy to be a member of your Board of Trustees. Yay. And I'm looking forward to Dr. Maxine's talk today, The Mind Alert and the Heart Aroused. Right? Sorry. Okay, good. If you are a GPCSL member and would like to consider joining the Board of Trustees, it's fun, it's wonderful, it's a great way to make friends, to work on growing CSL and all the fun things that we get to do. I highly recommend it. Say something about, yep, I did say something about those great things. Please see any of the members. Come see me, Monet, Dr. Edie, Dr. Maxine, Linda, and let us know if you're interested. Our next in-person Sunday celebration will be at the Wilson Farm Park. Yay! We will have a picnic after the celebration. Everybody is invited to bring a dish to share, a snack or a dessert, and if you bring a friend, you will get a special gift. So let's all bring a friend. Please register and let us know what you'll be contributing to the cookout. Yeah, we have a grill. Yes, we do. Bring another grill if you have one, yeah. We have some upcoming classes and a few in-person events coming up. So Reverend Mike has his 13-week Zoom class on how to use the science of mind, Saturday mornings, August 26th, 9:45 to 11 a.m. for 13 weeks. Reverend Mike is also teaching a 5-week evening accredited class entitled Mental Equivalence starting Thursday, September 28th from 6:30 to 9 Eastern Time. His classes are always fabulous. I highly recommend those too. Dr. Maxine is doing meditation and serendipity workshops running from 6 Tuesdays from 7 to 8:30 on Zoom from September 26th through October 30th. So please go into our website to sign up. And our next incoming person events is the full moon ceremony, which is always fabulous, held on Friday, September 29th from 7 to 8 at Inspiration Cafe, rain or shine. Join us for Nibbles and New Thought. It is always a really good time. On October 2nd at 6:30 to 8:30 at Brick and Brew in Malvern. And our annual meeting on October 8th will be here at Interprod after celebration. Bring a lunch and sign up on the calendar if you wish to attend. To see all the details and to register, just go to the website, cslphilly.org, and stay tuned for information on a special in-person Thanksgiving celebration on Sunday, November 19th at the Sheraton Hotel in Fraser, Pennsylvania, and our annual winter solstice on Saturday, December 16th. Have a wonderful week, a great day, and we'll see you next weekend.
Great job, Suzanne. Now I'm going to introduce to you our practitioner of the day, who's going to be sharing some wonderful inspirational ideas with you, a spiritual mind treatment, and then lead you in the affirmation. That would be Cheryl Macklin. Yay, Cheryl. I thought it would be a good idea.
Well, good morning, everyone. I do have a few short readings that I would like to share. I stand in the midst of eternal opportunity. Sorry, this is from page 292 in the textbook, which is forever presenting me with the evidence of its full expression. I am joy, peace, and happiness. I am the spirit of joy within me. I am the spirit of peace within me, of poise and of power. I am the spirit of happiness within me. I radiate life. I am life. There is one life, and that is my life now. And then 2 other quotes. The first one from 365 Science of Mind, one of my favorite little books that I read every day. Today my heart is without fear. I have implicit confidence in the good, the enduring, and the true. I enter into conscious union with spirit. I am happy, whole, and complete in my divine self. And then from Science of Mind magazine on September 17th, and it is actually a quote from Ernest Holmes' Can We Talk to God on page 76. There is an unfolding principle carrying us forward to greater and greater expression of freedom, love, joy, and life. Okay. Well, I love starting the day with Karen Drucker and Eddie Watkins, because often they are my traveling companions in my car. I looked at my pile of Karen Drucker CDs, and it's way much. I don't remember buying all of them, but every time she comes out with something, it's wonderful. So as I look out today, again, The Face of God is one of my favorite songs, and I look out today and I see the face of God in each and every one of you. And what a privilege and an honor and a joy that is, to remember that God is expressing as each and every one of us, that God is everything I see, and to honor that expression of God in everyone I meet, because there is only one source, and that source is God. And we are each creations of that source. Therefore, we are each made of the God qualities. And those God qualities are enhanced as we come together Sunday morning to celebrate the truth of us, that we are one with God. We are made of those God qualities. And that truth, that expression, I hear it in the music, I hear it in the talks and in the prayers, I hear it in the conversations, and it reminds me the truth of myself. And it is such a wonderful spiritual community that offers such gifts to me all through the week, and especially when I get to see all of you and your faces of God. So I know that this is a glorious celebration of the presence of God and the ongoing greater and greater expression of that presence through each and every one of us, through our center, and through all of the wonderful God beings that we meet throughout the day, throughout the year. And so I know that this is the truth, and I release my word with grateful acceptance into the law, knowing that the law always says yes. And in gratitude, I let it be so, and so it is. Oh, sorry. See, you reminded me, and I forgot. I'm still, in the zone with God there. And our affirmation today, which magically appears on the screen, I live enthusiastically in the heart and the mind of God. Thank you for reminding me.
I
to continue inviting the aliveness, the color, the spirit within everything we view from this sacred space within our heart as coming alive. The joy of simply being is evident not only within our own hearts, but now into the world itself. And it is from this place within our hearts that all of this occurs. How beautiful to experience the power of our sacred intention. To know that we are alive in the spirit of truth, and that all sentient beings are awakening to the joy that is our divine intention. So let's come quietly and silently and open-heartedly and expectantly into the silence of our hearts, where we feel the grace and the embodiment of Spirit's divine embrace. If there is a question in our hearts, let's ask it now, and let Spirit reveal the reply. For the universe always says yes. And the response has been given, whether we experience it now or at another time. We can count on the infinite wisdom to reply and to answer each question. And so as we continue feeling the aliveness of life within our own hearts and minds, within this beloved community and beyond, we continue in peace, in grateful acceptance of all of the love, all of the joy, the peace, the power, and the aliveness that is the truth, now and forevermore. All is well. All is well, truly. Truly, all is well.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day, I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Go inside to find Inside there is peace. Inside there is joy. Inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace. Inside there is joy. Inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God.
Love is alive in the space between us. Feel that love right now. God speaks out in the words between us. Hear those words right now. I am holy. You are holy. There is beauty between us. Spirit shines in the light between us. See that light right now. Peace is born in the good between us. Be that peace right now. I am holy. You are holy. There is beauty between us. us. Love is a line between us.
Isn't she beautiful? That was wonderful. Denise Rosier, she actually was the music leader at a Silomar that we attended last month. Beautiful song. Okay, it continues to be the month of September, and our theme for the month is aliveness. And today we are talking about the mind alert, the heart aroused. We need both. Sometimes people get a little too involved in the big brain intellect. And other times they get too schmarmy-marmy, everything is, we really need to be opening to a greater flow of infinite wisdom through our minds and a greater flow of divine love through our hearts, and recognize they're not separate, that we're working on our unity within ourselves, the unity within the people we love and play and work with, and unity greater within the world itself. Ernest Holmes says, there should be a constant joy in expansion, an enthusiastic sense of adventure in the progressive unfoldment of spiritual awareness. That's in this wonderful book that we're reading right now with Reverend Mike on Saturday mornings, How to Use the Science of Mind. It is a wonderful book. And I love that, like, the practitioner and I do not talk ahead of time before Sunday about what we're going to share for the readings. And so far, there have not been any duplicates. Maybe that's because there's so much good stuff out there. So thank you for that. So aliveness. We want to feel alive in heart, mind, and body. And all of it. We are whole beings. We are holy. Wholeness, holiness, it's all from the same root. And I love that song that Denise just sang and led us in. So that includes mind, it includes the heart, includes the body. And I remember about a woman, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's still a great story, whose husband was a merchant mariner. So he was gone for months at a time. And she spent a lot of time alone. And after a while, she would start to she'd miss him a lot and wanted their regular routine, and she'd get a little nervous and had a hard time going to sleep at night. So she learned about a tape that she could listen to help all of the parts of her body relax. And she would speak to each part, okay? Now toes, relax. Now feet, be comfortable. And she would speak to every part of her body until she was so relaxed that all the parts and pieces would rest and let her go to sleep. Well, that worked fine, but she got surprised one night when her husband came home earlier than expected and decided to surprise her. He came into the bedroom door and she realized he was there, and she said, "Everybody up." So there are times we want all the cells in our bodies to be fully awake and alive and letting life stream through us and have a wonderful time, whatever it is that we're doing. And other times we want to rest and to relax. Everybody up. Well, so we want everybody up within us so that we feel alive to the life of spirit, which is forever desiring to express through you, through me, through everyone, and through every sentient being. Everything in this universe is alive, so why aren't we all the time? I remember years and years ago, it was my very first church in Alamo, California. This was in the 70s. Yes. Anybody here? Were you ever alive in the 70s? Okay, good. So I'd been there just a very short time, and I needed to buy a christening bowl and a little rose vase, single rose vase, so I could do christenings when the church started to have babies. And they ultimately did, and we had a lot of those. So I needed to buy them, and I called going to be my friend, I hadn't met him yet, a Methodist minister just down the street. And he welcomed me. He says, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Maxine. How can I help you?" And I said, "I'd like to know where's there a Christian bookstore so I can buy these things that I need." And he told me where it was. And then he says, "Well, welcome to the area." And he said, "Why don't you come to our interfaith meetings?" I said, "I'd love to." That was my very first experience of many since then when I've been involved in our interfaith clergy meetings. So he said, "The one coming up will be at our Episcopal priest's home. And so here's the address. And we have breakfast together. And then we have a meeting." I said, "Wonderful. I'll be there." So I came to the door and knocked on it. And a gentleman in a black suit with a white collar said, "Hello, welcome." And there were other such black suits and white collars, not all of them, but many of them, and they were all men. "Welcome, Maxine." So I came in and enjoyed getting to know them, had a very nice breakfast, and toward the end of the meeting, the leader that day said, "You know, one thing we have never done here in this group is to take each meeting morning and have one person and then the next describe their faith tradition. Tell us a little more about it." And everyone thought that was a good idea. So they said, "And next month, let's have you share, Reverend Maxine." So I said, "Great." And I came to the next meeting, and I brought membership applications. I was going to have fun with them right from the start. And so I shared, in fact, there was a chalkboard. I shared our basic tenets, and I talked about the universe alive and each one of us a part of it. And they're all listening, and one young Catholic priest jumped up so excitedly. He said, "Yes, yes." And he started pounding on the wall. He says, "Don't you know there are molecules and atoms in here spinning around? There's life in everything." He didn't join, but everything is alive. It's a universal awareness. And people from Eastern and Western religions, when they get to the mystical part of it, which is the real spirit, they recognize that everything is alive. Everything is one. And it's up to us to enter into more openness, to let that life move through our intellects, become keenly aware, become spiritually inspired, to let that life move through our feelings and our emotions so that we become passionate about what we're doing. And we don't need to choose one or the other. We are a group within ourselves, and then we are within the greater group, and we're all experiencing our wholeness and our aliveness to the degree that we become aware of it. When the mind is alert and the heart is aroused, life happens in us. You know how it feels when you get excited about a project that you're on, an event that's coming up. You get very clear and you start planning. That's what the brain does. It's supposed to. It's its job. And then you get very enthusiastic and you allow infinite wisdom and inspiration and intuitive knowing to come up. And that happens through both, you see, because we're one unit. And it's time we recognized that when we are clear, when we are conscious, when we are open to the great love and the joy and the aliveness flowing through it, that we have a great time in every day. We want to keep the mind clear. And what are we keeping it clear of? The matote out there in the world. You see, when we allow it to open to sacred inspiration, we do that through clearing the things in our mind that we don't want to be there. I was just thinking of yesterday morning's How to Use the Science of Mind, where we spoke a lot about how important it is to be aware of what our thoughts are, and to be aware of the default thoughts, the ones that we're not even noticing sometimes, that may still be one way or another running our lives and we're not aware of it. So we want to pay gentle attention to those things, not come down hard on ourselves like, "Oh no, I had a bad thought." No, let's recognize that we are working, we are we are a work in process, right? And we are all on our spiritual evolutionary path. And that when we are focusing on that which we like to affirm, affirmation simply means to make firm. When we are utilizing our affirmations, we are firming up within our subconscious mind the truth that we desire to experience. So while we're doing that, we also want to simply gently notice those things that aren't in alignment with our greater truth and joy and aliveness. So, your mind and my mind are individualized expressions of the one mind. So important to remember that. It's not just my mind over here and your mind over there. How would we ever talk to each other if that were the case, right? There's one mind. As Emerson said, there's one mind common to all men. Hey, and women and children and the dogs and the cats are in there too. One mind, and it utilizes us, you see. So discipline, and I love that word. Remember, discipline is simply loving yourself enough to do what is good for you. And disciple comes from that same root. I want all the parts and pieces of me to enter into holy discipleship with the Christ within me, that true light where the presence of God abides. I love that idea of the discipline that to focus more on what is life-affirming and less on the world beliefs, more on what is life-affirming, eternally true, and less on what would get my attention if I read the paper too much or looked at TV too much or listened to my coworkers too much. I want to invite infinite intelligence, infinite wisdom, infinite inspiration, infinite intuition to flow through my mind. I want to stay alert, don't you? Are you alert? Are you alive? Are you awake? Good. We want to stay alert so that that flow comes through easily and there's nothing in the way of it. That is the mind alert. Now, I also know I need to open my heart. I need to keep opening my heart because then love establishes a home there and joy establishes a home there. And aliveness becomes my moment-to-moment experience. I want to learn to see, and Cheryl knows this one, I want to learn to see through God goggles. What are God goggles? Cheryl, tell us, what are God goggles? It's simply seeing as God sees, right? You know, the old-time religion, of course you go way back to the old-time religion, then you've got monoliths and all kinds of Wiccan things. But I'm talking about maybe our old-time religion, not mine, because I grew up in this stuff, thank you very much. But many people did not, and that's okay, because God is in every church, every mosque, every synagogue, and outside too. But some of us may have grown up with the idea that God was this big, mean man in the sky, sometimes nice, sometimes not nice, but always ready to punish you if you took a purse out of the lost and found that didn't belong to you. And so we had, some of us apparently had an image of God judging us, right? Here's what God does. God sees you and me and every sentient being in holiness, in beauty, in our truth, because God created each and every one of us out of its very own life. And if we're made out of the life of God, which is holy and perfect and beautiful and alive, joyful, loving, powerful, wise, then how dare we think anything less of ourselves than that? Look through the God goggles, see ourselves, our world, all the people in it, through those eyes, the eyes of the heart. And then we learn to perceive the truth that is beyond the error. You know, the old saying, well, he's just rotten to the core. Well, maybe to the core, but the core itself is divine. The core itself is perfect, has never been stapled, mutilated, or folded in any way. Our core is divine, and that's true of everyone. Now, that's not always easy to perceive, is it? Have you noticed? And yet, it's essential that we begin to learn to do that, so that my heart is open. And when my heart is open, I get excited about life. And I get excited about seeing every person's possibilities, because those possibilities are infinite. I want to be the instrument of love and compassion. Emily Zoll Massino sings that wonderful song about being an instrument. So does Jeff. When they do it as the Four Agreements, it's kind of wonderful. We want to be an instrument of love and inspiration and aliveness and joy. Yes? Who wants to do that? Say amen. Amen. All right then. I do too. Wisdom and love combine. We want to work. I love this picture of walking along the evolutionary path together with love on one side and wisdom on the other, and I don't want to let go of either one of them. And they're never going to let go of me. They promised, and I appreciate that and love it. You know, the 18 inches between the head and the heart has been said to be the longest distance that one needs to travel. Maybe it's 14 inches, depending on your size. I think it's 18 for me. Where is it? Look at me. I've got my belly button instead of my heart. Here is whatever this is. Maybe it's 14, but whatever it is, it isn't that hard to travel, especially when we realize we don't have any place to go. We're already connected. Isn't that good to know? We're already connected, mind and heart. We want to travel. If we feel we need to travel, let's do it with grace and with ease, because you are whole and you are holy. Denise just sang it to you, and it's the truth. In this wholeness, where we're already united, we are alert. We are alert to what is beautiful in this world. And we are alert also to what we intend to do a little differently. We are alert to what we would like to bring into our lives and into this world. And then our heart is aroused with love and with joy and aliveness, just letting this divine life have a good time by means of us. I love to let God have a good time, don't you? That's what we're here to do, and I love it. So we're not either all head or all heart, but all divine and all combined. Let's let our minds be alert. Let's let our hearts be aroused to joy and love, and wisdom and beauty, and the infinite possibilities that exist for all of us. Will you say with me, my mind is clear.
My mind is clear.
It is open to divine inspiration.
It is open to divine inspiration.
My heart is aroused in love.
My heart is aroused in love.
I am the wholeness of spirit in human form. I am the wholeness of spirit in human form. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. Thanks. Glad you like it. We'll be back next week. Okay, this is the time of our offertory. Yay! It's an opportunity for us to circulate the love, the joy, and the aliveness of spirit by means of our monetary gifts, because we have an opportunity to remember that God is our source. And in remembering that God is my source, I give thanks that every good gift comes from the divine, and that one of my greatest gifts is the center itself. And so I rejoice in being able to share my good with it. Let us say together our prosperity affirmation. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with the center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prosperous.
to see that it starts in your very own heart. The feeling you want is more near than you know. It's not to be found in the places you go. It only resides in the depths of your soul, and it starts in your very own heart. What is most real is what you can feel. What makes it start is an opening heart. What is most real is what you can feel. What makes it start is an opening heart. It starts to move in as you feel your heartbeat, and opens a door to a world eyes can't see. It brings you back home where we all long to be, and it starts in your very own heart. In your very own heart. Oh, in your heart.
That was beautiful. Wasn't that lovely? Thank you so much. Well, thank you all for being here today. It's always a pleasure to get to see you and hug you in person. And thank you all out there, including my daughter, who tuned in to be with us on the airwaves. We bless you and appreciate you. Keep on tuning in. Well, this has been a glorious morning just being with you. I want to remind you that our practitioner corps is always at your service. And there are many ways that you can ask for affirmative prayer. And one is to write out a request and put it in the prayer box. Because sometimes you need to leave after our center celebration. I don't know why you would, but some people need to. They have other plans, you know. And so if you do and you want a treatment by our entire group, then by all means, put a request in the prayer box right back there. See, those of you who aren't here right now, you need to come and do this if you want that. Fill it out. Also include your email if you would like to have a personalized affirmation that will be sent to you. You may also contact any of our practitioners. They're on our website, and they're also available here on Sunday mornings. You can make an appointment on the phone, in person, and if you're here, present, right here, like you are, then you could contact one of our practitioners very briefly right after celebration for a 3-minute miracle. And that's where you simply speak your desire in 25 words or less. And then they will find a little corner. You will have a very quick, dynamic, effective treatment, just like that. But we can't take too long because they have a practitioner meeting today. They stay all shined up doing those, you know. So by all means, keep in mind that these people are here for you, and they can make life better. And by the way, they do. So now we're going to have a closing song that we're going to sing. And in fact, I'm going to invite you to stand up and sing it. It is I Send My Love. And the music team's going to help us.
Let's all sing together, I Send My Love.
into the heavens, and it returns to me.
I send my faith. I send my
faith over the mountains. I send my faith over the sea. I send my faith into the heavens, and it returns to me.
Send my kindness.
I send my kindness over the mountains. I send my kindness over the sea. I send my kindness into the heavens, and it returns to me.
Back to love.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me.
And it returns.
And it returns to me.
One more time.
And it returns to me.
So as the practitioners who are here today stand with us in solidarity of spirit, and all of you in solidarity of spirit and in aliveness, say, I'm alive.
I'm alive.
All right, then we go forth knowing that there is one life, one presence, one power. It is sheer joy. It is alive within us, and we are alive within it, and so it is.
And so it is.